Hi, it's Corey, and today you're going to learn how to play Night Changes by One Direction. This is a great tune because while it does have 9 different chords because of a key change that happens in the last chorus, or the transition to the last chorus, this is a tune that really kind of can be played cross-genre wise. It would work great as a country tune, it works great as a pop tune, you could do it as a cool ballad in a way, so I think it has a lot of versatility to it, so I'm going to teach you how to play it. Something just to know about this song is I did have to change the key of it, so if you want to be able to play this version along with the recorded version of it, you need to put a capo on fret 1 in order for it to be in the correct key, but this key was a little bit easier and more beginner friendly, so that is what I have for you today. So with all that, let's just hop right into the tutorial. The first chord you're going to need is an A major chord. Now this will be played once the key changes, so you won't start out with it. But to make the chord, you're going to start with your first finger and place it on string 3 of fret 1, and then your second finger is going to go on fret 2 of string 4. Next up, we have a B minor chord. Now, this B minor does get used in the first half of the song before the key change happens, but while a B minor can look a little bit intimidating for a new player, it's actually pretty simple if you follow these steps. First, you're going to take your first finger and then lay it across all of the second fret. You're then going to take your second finger and put that right on top. Then you're going to take your third finger and place it on string 4 of fret 4, and that is your B minor chord. The next chord is an oldie but goodie, but the C major chord, where we'll use this chord in the first half before the key change. So to make that, you're taking your third finger and then just placing it on the first string 3rd fret. Next, we have a C sharp minor chord. Now, a lot of times people show you how to play this a different way, but I think the way I'm about to show you is a lot easier. It's basically going to be the same formation as our B minor chord. However, rather than making that shape starting on the 2nd fret, you're just going to make it on the 4th fret. So then your first finger is laid across all the strings on the 4th fret, your second finger is on top of that, and then your third finger ends up going on the 6th fret, 4th string. And that's your C sharp minor chord. You only use this chord one time during the bridge section for this song, but it's a good one just to have this different arrangement of it, because again, I think it's a lot easier than the one that's typically recommended online. Next up, we have the D major chord. D major is going to start with our first finger placed first on the 4th string, then our second finger is going to go on the 3rd string, and our third finger is going to go on the 2nd string of the entire 2nd fret. So your first string will remain open. After that, we have an E major chord. The way I like to make E major the best though is by taking my first finger, placing it on string 1, 2nd fret, then taking my second finger and going to the 4th fret and placing that on the 4th string. My third finger then goes on the 2nd string of the 4th fret, and then my pinky goes on the 2nd string of the 4th fret. Next, we have an E minor chord. That one's going to start first with your first finger played on the 1st string of the 2nd fret. Your second finger is going to go on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret, and then your third finger is going to go on the 3rd string of the 4th fret. Next, we have the F sharp minor chord, and while the name might sound scary, it's actually a pretty easy chord to make. You're going to take your first finger and then place it on the 3rd string 1st fret. Your second finger is going on the 2nd fret 4th string, and then your third finger is going on the 2nd fret 2nd string. And that's the F sharp minor. And finally, we have the G major chord, which is the key we're going to be starting in when we play this arrangement. And that's going to start with your first finger placed on the 2nd fret 3rd string, your second finger is going on the 2nd fret 1st string, and then your third finger is going on the 3rd fret 2nd string. So your first big task is making sure you're really comfortable with all of those 9 chords. Luckily, our strumming pattern for this song is pretty easy. We're just going to be using a variation of the island strum. So the island strum, and just playing on a G major chord, is a down, down, up, up, down, up. Slower, it's down, down, up, up, down, up. That's going to be the main strumming pattern we use for this song. The only difference will be we're going to add a chuck once we get to the chorus section. With the chuck, it's down, chuck, basically you're just replacing all the downs after the first one with a chuck. All the other sections in this song are just going to be either using that island strum or the island strum with the chuck, or playing on the chord changes, or sometimes we'll just be having a single down strum and letting it ring. The overall form and structure of this song will be, we're going to start off with verse 1. In the original recording, there's like kind of a little twinkly melody that plays before that, but we're just going to be starting right with the main melody of Going Out Tonight changes into Something Red. The first half of verse 1 is just going to be played on the chord changes. When we get to Driving Too Fast, or the second half of verse 1, we'll start using the island strum, but without the chuck. When we finally get to the chorus, that's when we'll add the chuck, and we'll play that chuck throughout the entire chorus section. At the end of chorus 1, you're going to give yourself a little bit of pause before going into the next verse. These little pauses are going to be a really nice little dramatic shift from when we're using the chuck during the chorus to when we move back to the regular island strum for verse 2. Now at the end of chorus 2 is when the transition into the key change will be. So rather than ending out that chorus on a G chord, you're actually going to end it on an A, and that's going to be the pivot into the next key. So from there, we'll have a short little post chorus, and then we'll go into the bridge. When we get to the bridge section, we're just going to be playing on the chord changes again, just to add some dramatic effect before going into the final chorus and playing again with the island strum and the chuck. At the very end of the song, we'll transition from that final chorus into our outro section. The outro will just be played similar to how we play the chorus. The only difference will be at the very end on our last Me and You, we'll be ending that A major, just letting it ring with a single down strum. But otherwise, those are all the different sections of the song. The only thing you have to work on is putting them together. If you'd like to see what the entire thing sounds like and looks like, check out the play along that's going to start in just a minute, because I have all the chords and lyrics there and I play through it so you can see what it looks like all completed. If you're looking for the song sheet for this song, I keep all of my song sheets on my Patreon, and the link for that is in the description box. But with all that, let's give this a play along. 1, 2, here we go. Going out tonight changes into something red. Her mother doesn't like that kind of dress. Everything she's never had, she's showing off. Driving too fast, moon is breaking through her hair. She's headed for something that she won't forget. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about it lately. Does it ever drive you crazy just how fast the night changes? Everything that you've ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of. Leaving when the night changes, it will never change me and you. Chasing her tonight, doubts are running round her head. He's waiting, hides behind a cigarette. Heart is beating loud, she doesn't want it to stop. Moving too fast, moon is lighting up her skin. She's falling, doesn't even know yet. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about it lately. Does it ever drive you crazy just how fast the night changes? Everything that you've ever dreamed of kind of dress reminds her of a missing piece of innocence she lost. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about it lately. Does it ever drive you crazy just how fast the night changes? Everything that you've ever dreamed of disappearing when you wake up, but there's nothing to be afraid of. Even when the night changes, it will never change, baby. We will never change, baby. It will never change me and you. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial for Night Changes by One Direction. If there are other One Direction songs that you really love, let me know by commenting down below and liking this video. I actually really enjoy a lot of One Direction songs. I was never like a fangirl or anything, but I like their group work, and I've liked pretty much all of the individual work that they've done too, since they've kind of done their solo careers as well. So let me know what your favorite songs are from these artists, and I can look into making a tutorial or a play along for them. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!